Hey, so I'm going to show you guys how to set up your symmetry bugs if you have finished your pointillism fish early. It being Thanksgiving in 1 week and we're going to go on a week-long break, I thought just as a small little lesson for next week, if you're finished with your fish before Friday, I've got these symmetry bug templates set up for you in Schoology. So when you find the one that you're going to want to use, there's tons of different options for you to pick from. You just need to make sure that you go and save this image onto your iPad. And I'm in ClassLink right now and on the Schoology app. So I'm just going to hit add to photos and then it should just pop right over to my camera roll. I'm going to go ahead and go into Procreate. You have to make this in Procreate. You don't have an option to do Adobe Draw for this one because a setting that we're going to use is only available in Procreate. So canvas size, we're just going to hit screen size, and you can see a couple of them on that preview box. I've done a couple of different versions so far. So for my screen size, because my bug is portrait style, I just rotated the canvas around. I'm going to go over to add, insert a photo. And then these bugs, they may pop up at the very beginning of your camera roll. So just check that for yourself. Make sure that if you cannot find them, that might be where they are hanging out at. So I'm going to hit fit to screen. And then I'm just going to come on over to my layers panel. I might turn my bug layer down a little bit, the one that has the image on it. And you could even go rename that this is the image. And this is going to be the outline that we are going to do the symmetrical bug on. A quick tip that I've been noticing some of people have been struggling on, if you need to lock your image layer so you don't accidentally draw on that layer, all you have to do is swipe to the left and hit lock. And then that way, Procreate won't allow you to draw on that layer at all. So you can outline your bug in whatever color you would like. I'm just going to go to the classic black. I don't really need a studio pen for this because it doesn't really have any kind of line weight that I'm needing. So I'm just going to go to monoline on the calligraphy. And now we have to go do the settings of putting our symmetrical balance drawing guide on. Some of you guys might have done this on your sugar skull when we were doing the symbols for your sugar skull, but it's necessary that we do this so whatever we draw on the left side will duplicate itself and draw it over to the right side. So I'm going to turn this drawing guide on, and you're going to notice a grid pop up. So we need to go edit the drawing guide so the symmetry option shows up. Once this is here, you just want to make sure that the line that is a symmetry line, so there's my symmetry line, that it is on that dotted middle part. You could even go to the extent of like changing the color of the symmetry line up here. That's just some fancy stuff that you can change. It's not necessary, but if you wanted to, you could do that. All right, so I'm just going to hit done. Go to my layer panel. You're going to notice that your outline now says drawing assist is on. That is important for this symmetry to work on both sides. If that is not check marked, make sure that you go and have that check marked. So I'm going to turn up my brush just a little bit so I can see what my sizing is at. That looks pretty good. So are you noticing that whatever I draw on that left side, it's duplicating and repeating itself over to the right side? So I'm essentially just going to outline this whole entire thing. And I will be right back and show you that final product in a second. So that's what it's going to start looking like. All right, so I've got my last couple of pieces here that I'm just continuing that outline on. And if it's not matched up 100% perfect, that's okay, because I'm going to give you the option too that if you would like to add anything extra onto your bug, you're more than welcome to. This is just like a reference outline. We don't have to make it look exactly like how that image is. Now, I did this on purpose for some of you guys that might accidentally not connect all your pieces across 100% because, we know that if we add color in there, that would bleed out in that one little spot. So make sure that all your pieces are nice and connected and there's nothing where it looks like it's still open. So, adding anything extra at this point is completely up to you. I think in my fly's eye, I might do something design-wise a little bit different, kind of maybe make it look a little bit more like a cartoon at this point. I could even do some of those drip marks like we did on the clippy mask on the inside of the fly. So feel free that if there's anything extra designs that you would like to put on there that is not from the original image, you are definitely allowed to use any of your creativity to do any of that if you want. So that is my fly. That's what I've got so far. So now I'm ready to start going on there and adding the color portion. Just giving you an example of a previous one that I've worked on so you can kind of see what my layers look like. Notice on this cricket one, I've got so many different color layers going on in different sections, and I did that on purpose. So if I wanted to put, for instance, in this area, like a texture on that color, the way I was able to do that is because of alpha lock. And remember, we learned about alpha lock when we did your animated ghost. And so anything that's inside of that section will not bleed out of that area. So the nice thing about keeping all these colors separated, that allows us to do that kind of trick with the alpha lock. And then my outline layer, what I've done is I've put it as a reference layer, and that's how I was able to get all these different sections as well. So let me move on back over to my fly. I'm gonna click on him. I'm gonna go ahead and put him as a reference layer. So he has drawing assist and a reference layer on, and I'm gonna go do my first color section. You don't have to rename these colors. If you would like to, you can. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go put drawing assist on. That way I don't have to fill in both the colors each time. So let me turn it off real quick so you can see what I mean by that. I'm just gonna pick something random, go fill it in on that side. So see, if drawing assist isn't on, it won't automatically put that color on the opposite side for me. But if I go do this and throw that on there, bam, it did it the exact same time for me. So the next thing is now I wanna put alpha lock on. Notice the checkerboards back there. Remember, that means that it will not bleed out. There's nothing behind there. Let's just go pick something fun. Let's see what this crystals would look like. And let's go put it on a different color. All right, so we still have drawing assist on. Just wanted to double check, make sure. Okay, let's turn this down. So see, as I'm placing that on there, it's not bleeding out to the outside. See, I can't do anything out there because that layer is locked for alpha lock. So I'm gonna go do something next. Let's go do the back of the fly. Remember, I'm gonna put drawing assist on. Don't do alpha lock first, because if you put that on there, it won't let you fill it in. You have to do it after you put a color inside of there. Okay, great, that filled in. I'm gonna go put alpha lock on. Let's go pick something new. Let's try this water one. We'll pick a different color. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. And that's it. So just giving you some examples of ones that I've done before. Here's where I turned my beetle. I like put on a little face for him. I've got some different sections that I did some of my texture in. So that's an example of a beetle one. Here's a fly one that I've already completed. I tried to almost kind of make that like a space kind of nebula fly. And don't be afraid to like experiment too. Like if you wanted to put some kind of, texture in the background. So I wasn't sure if I was liking that, but I just wanted you to see that option too that you've got for that. So I hope that this is pretty simple for you guys. I tried not to do something that was, out of our element, completely brand new. Things just to remember, have your outline on a reference layer. Every time you add a new layer to go put color, mark drawing assist. And if you want to put a texture in a space, press alpha lock. If you don't want to put a texture in that space, all you have to do is hit drawing assist, come on down here, fill in that color, and see it will fill in both sides for you.